Hello, everyone. Welcome back as we continue our week 7, day 2 here on FOF with our fantastic league we've got going on today. I am Therocles. I'm joined by one of the fantastic members of UB and behind-the-scenes geniuses that we've got, Mr. Utility Monster. How are you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, Brendan Fang over Fang was supposed to cast, but he bailed and made me do it. So here I am. And OVS, getting into the draft already, has just first picked Volibear, Swifty's one trick. I think it's fair to give it to him. He's solid in a lot of other bruiser champions. It's just a real comfort champion for him. So I don't think necessarily it's a must ban against OVS, but no surprise to see him picking that up. And then Ash Maokai, both very generic, strong champions. Maokai's a flex, can go support, can go top, can go jungle. I'd expect jungle, but we've seen. Aatrox, OP on the patch, and Seraphine is new. Given the bot lane here, it looks like there's some subbing going on, so that's probably going to be an awesome dude Seraphine in the bot lane for Skarloey, who I believe is a support or mage player. The normal carry for OVS is Matt stat.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of great, excellent points there, especially I think that giving Swifty the Volibear instead of his Trundle is a great idea. I think you got a pet on it yesterday. I think that's his second one of the season.
Yeah, his Trundle's pretty good.
Yeah,
The Trundle is just annoying because it makes some comps hard to play. Like if you have a single tank, then you get Trundle ulted and it's really hard. And then Caitlyn pickup. Wait a second, so that's a support Ash. Freshlight does play that. I remember scouting that he does have a support Ash. So I don't dislike that actually to Seraphine. It really had pick potential, and then the Caitlyn gives you some trap and whatever. The problem with this pick is mostly just that Caitlyn on the patch is incredibly weak. She just doesn't have very good itemization. So conceptually, I think it's quite good. I just don't know if the champion has the stats, the raw power necessary. And then what are we banning? Yasuo, not sure about that bans. About Nautilus, reasonable. Gnar, Gragas, some top lane bans into Shenpai. They've already banned out of Shen and Ornn. So Cannon's going to be presumably the top lane pick.
Yeah.
And Zillion, that's mid lane. It's oh wait, no, they have a mid sub too. Lifrith is also a sub. They have so many subs. I don't know what's going anymore.
Despite that, I think you are still correct. I think.
No, it's Kale mid, and it's going to be a Zillion support. Wait, isn't Freedom Potatoes the normal mid laner? Am I tripping?
No, I think that is correct. I remember doing an interview with him, so at least
okay.
Last time I checked.
So I was gonna say Freedom Potatoes I think that's the normal mid laner who plays Zillion. So it's gonna be Zillion support, and then Kale mid for Lifrith, who's also a sub. So when you have subs, oftentimes you have to sort of draft some weird stuff to make the roles work, and so you'll see a lot of Senna support picks or Seraphine awesome dude picks, or mages 80 carry or 80 carries playing top lane or whatever, just to get people in comfort champions. So I think this draft makes a lot of sense from that perspective.
Yeah, I can see that, and I'm excited to see how this shakes up as we move here on to the Rift. We are getting close to the end of the season, so teams, of course, this is the second time they faced off against each other. OVS took the victory last time. I'm sure PTP are excited and eager to prove themselves on the return this time. And as we kind of see where things are lining up, where do you expect the action to come from?
I expect the action to come at level 1 with this Maokai getting caught and being forced to flash. I was wrong, he didn't have to flash.
That's right. These guys move on to try and get the cannon here, but nothing too good.
Generally, when you have a Seraphine, your goal is to scale up to like an item. Oh,
the flash still gets secures the first blood. Vanal is caught far forward, and the 4 members of OVS will collapse to return that. But a little bit greedy holding the flash for so long, and Vanal was able to at least get some first blood gold and an expressway back to base. So that's what
yeah. I'm not sure that's worth it for Vanal. I mean, blowing flash makes it pretty easy to gank this lane, this Caitlyn Ashe lane that kind of has to push early, and you also get the assist gold back for getting a first blood. So it's not even necessarily a great gold trade, but the click going to the jungler is probably pretty good. Doesn't have time to buy, doesn't have time to bully you and line the stats. So I don't know, maybe it's worth it. But yeah, in general, I think the action is going to be one item. Everyone stands on top of Seraphine. Seraphine presses double W. The entire team becomes invincible. Everyone runs it. PTP in a straight line, gets Seraphine ulted through, and takes the dragon up to fight. That's the goal. So the PTP has, I think, the onus on them to either take skirmishes where you can't just everyone's attacking stuff with Seraphine and become unkillable, or to really snowball in so that you can just fight through it.
Yeah, that is true. I think that's going to definitely come in handy as you start to look at those dragon fights. But we have some time to chill before then. This mid Aatrox is a little unexpected, but I guess it's kind of cool. I do know OVS in an interview talked about having some unique mid picks. The substitution might have something, that they weren't talking about in that element, but I guess it'll be kind of exciting to see how this does against the Veigar. But...
Yeah, I didn't notice the lane swap coming through there. That is interesting. I don't particularly like the Aatrox into Veigar inherently, but I mean, forces Veigar flash, so I guess if you don't know the matchup, oh my goodness,
Flash,
Swifty
yeah.
just flashes in, and that is a dead Veigar. So I think Veigar has to play a little safer than that. I think you have to play around the range auto attack more, but yeah, because if you don't know the matchup, really well played by Lifrith, and really nice use of the unexpected mid pick to pick up first blood, or not first blood, but the first kill in the run of play.
Yeah, true. If I'm moving some moving pieces on the map to secure that, and Swifty now has a 2-0, picked up those Ionian boots, gonna be able to get around that map very quickly. We've seen him have a very strong season so far, so excited to see how that will translate into the tempo on the map. We already see Gandorf coming up here behind the members of OVS. Skarloey and Freedom Potatoes realize the situation they're in. Clinton's gonna come through the Seraphine, is gonna be running away. However, lots of damage coming through, and I think that is gonna secure another kill for PTP Gandorfs, and Skarloey having a rough time.
Then they force out some subs in return. That's not a terrible result from the gank, and I don't think this wave can get pushed back fast enough, so I think Seraphine should get back for most of it. So, nice gank by Gandorf, but I don't think it's the end of the world for the OVS bot lane here.
And Limster just kind of has the wave in an awkward spot, finding some weird trains on to the Kennen. It's able to really kind of play at that exchange well. It is going to go ahead and force Limster back to his base and have to recover some. But, yeah, and Aatrox just continue to bully the Veigar, who just seems a little bit uncomfortable in what he's supposed to be doing at this time. So.
Yeah, and another nice trade there from the Aatrox. Aatrox is strong in the patch, but yeah, it does seem like oftentimes I think mid laners aren't used to playing as bruisers, and bruisers snowball really hard, which any top laner is very familiar with. So once the bruiser gets just a little edge, that's all they need. So it'll be hard to play.
Up here on a Seraphine again is taking a lot of damage. Vanal is put away. The heal comes through as they retreat back to tower, and the flash from Frida Potatoes is taking Vanal low, and auto attacks is going to go and secure that. Even though they got ganked, they will return the kill in their favor.
Yeah, that's a mid-zillion play right there, knowing the damage. But yeah, unfortunate gank that doesn't work out, and then because they have the two healthy members trying to force the gank on the side, leaves Vanal kind of out to dry, because either he can try and support the play and walk up and then get attacked, or he can leave, as we have Swifty invading 1v2, but they're both low.
Yeah, Gandorf's pretty low, gonna go and retreat back. Swifty took a lot of damage, probably didn't feel comfortable chasing it too much further, but definitely kind of putting the pressure on the bottom side of the map for PTP.
He got Ash slowed a little bit, I'm not sure he could have caught up, especially without the flash, but nice pressure. And all of Swifty's camps are down, so there's no real cost to running in there and just looking for something.
That is true. And, as we kind of look at that, Volibear having a hard time with the Ashe pick coming through, that was kind of nice for them. And when you look at that with their charge forward mentality between the Ashe and the Veigar, they might have some difficulty setting up some plays if they can leverage that. And huge damage coming out as Elfrith goes ahead, sends Veigar back to base in an unexpected way. So.
Is it Elfrith or Lifrith?
Probably. There's a sheet. I can look that up while you talk.
That's production's job. Production, get on it. I don't know who that is. Do we have production? Brendan abandoned me, so I think Brendan's supposed to tell me. Blame Brendan, everyone. If anything ever goes wrong in FOF, it's probably Brendan's fault.
I'm liking the way you're thinking.
All right, I'm being told it's Elfrith.
Correct. EL-Frith. So. She says. Anyway, yeah. We can go ahead and look at these lane states here. Actually, I guess we're going to go ahead and trade. Also coming through here from Shenpai, traded back to Limster as he goes invulnerable. And with that, they're just going to go ahead and kind of, a little bit in favor of Shenpai, but nothing that can't be changed here in the next couple minutes. But yeah, anyway, back to those lane states. Pretty... Well, I guess I got to mentally flip the Aatrox 57 to the Veigar 28. That's a pretty huge lead. 49 to 54 on the top lane is pretty much the same. Even junglers and Seraphine with a slight lead, but you know, between the kills, it's probably about average. So just a slight 1k gold in favor of OVS. Banal is forced to flash away from the bombs, and Threshlight seems pretty far. Gandorf is walking up on the back, taken very low. Ignite comes through on Scar Louise, and they're going to go ahead and chase him down through the push here. Root comes through, but is cleansed away immediately. They will go ahead and turn on to a free Potatoes, taken very low, and that's going to force the Zillion ultimate as we go ahead and see a trade up to top side as the double bomb comes through. Potatoes clear out both members of the bot lane.
Oh, that's brutal. Losing on both sides of the map, even the side that you're supposedly strong on. That's a brutal early game play to lose. It goes from 1k down to more. Gandorf's also going to go down to the Seraphine ult. I think Seraphine just hit 6. That's my guess. It wasn't keeping track of it there, but I assume that you would have Seraphine ulted the other play otherwise. But yeah, that's just brutal losing both halves. So now you're down 3k gold before 10 minutes. Just a brutal early game from PTP with this Aatrox pick really working out for Elfrith. He's dominating the Veigar, and now at this point there's nothing Veigar can do. Just once you get a Bruiser's ahead, you just have too many stats, nothing can beat you. And then the Kale is, farming nice on the side lane, should hit level 16. Well, the thing stopping Kale from hitting level 16 might be the game ending too soon.
Yeah, that's true. As all members of PTP aren't safe really even under their towers. As you saw on the top side, that dive came through from Swifty disabling and picking up a kill. And then, the bottom side the second time now where Gandorf has come down, and what ended up, even though they're favorable numbers advantage, not able to find a kill conversion over. So the bottom lane definitely is doing a fantastic job here on OVS despite their early troubles, but they caught in the river. Elrith is going to go ahead and get rooted up. Straight out, a lot of damage coming through. Banal is kiting back. Cage comes through, not really able to stop too much of an advance. Gandorf is throwing as much poke with those slappings as he can. Swifty slowed up, and nobody's going to die in this round, but some good ultimates traded out for this as the members of OVS move towards the dragon.
Yeah, that's a good look for a pick by PTP. They can't take fair fights, but Aatrox is a little bit too tanky, a little bit too much lifesteal, and the team is there to support Alfrith before he can go down. So impressive also that PTP managed to get out. When you're behind, you just have to look for stuff like that and then immediately cut and run if it starts looking bad for you.
Yeah, first dragon gonna go ahead and be solidified over onto them. They're 8-2. Gonna go ahead and see Veigar extend a little far forward. Flash is gonna try and commit. Not damage is not there, as Elfrith is safe and he's sent running through the jungle. He's gonna see what kind of happy feet he can pull off. Doesn't take the plant. Moves back forward. Tries to do some damage and actually forcing the ult away from Free to Potatoes as the Zillion ultimate ticks and push back safe. Gandorf flashes of the wall at the last second as Swifty is in pursuit, gets smited up, the slow comes through, and finally finishes them off as Swifty goes and picks up the kill under Gandorf.
Yeah, little unfortunate there. I believe that was RQ from the Veigar, not the other way around, so maybe the extra execute damage could have helped, but yeah, not quite enough damage from the Aatrox again, and that's sort of the story of Aatrox, is you never quite die, you always have a little bit too much health, a little bit too much healing, and with a flash from Swifty, hold that thought.
Go ahead and push him very low as the final auto comes through. They're going to go ahead and just rampage their way through the river and pick up yet another kill as Swifty finds himself 4-0 in the driver's seat of this game.
Yeah, oftentimes when OVS is good games, Swifty gets ahead, and Swifty is a very good player, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it's also just that the team plays pretty safely, is very good at just getting small advantages and waiting for their mana advantage to come, and so when you play that way, your jungler just happens to beat all the plays. And so it takes sort of a good jungler who's able to know where to be and take advantage of the strength and sort of keep snowballing out the map. It also takes a very solid team of laners to be able to, never get behind and always be able to wait for the jungler. Engage into the tower.
Flashlight is taken very low, but actually survives it through as Scar Louise, the one that's going to be trading his life away. And some gold going back in the PTP bot lane comes for him.
Yeah, they thought they were more ahead than they were. I don't think they'd recalled in bot yet. Seraphine just picked up that mythic item. So with the Ludens, maybe you can make that play work, but without the Ludens, you still don't have quite enough damage to burst into tower there.
As the continued trade comes back from the...
no, Vulgar ult's up. This is a dead cannon.
Yeah, ult coming over the wall, not quite able to find it yet. Is going to get stunned up, but here is the return stun on himself, and that is one poor Electric Rat finding his way back to base.
Yeah, I think Kennen actually could have lived if he'd held a little longer. He ulted just as the Volibear Q was about to end, but I don't think he was able to get caught, and so he resets the Volibear Q, because the Volibear gets CC'd when he's queuing, it resets. So maybe a small thing, but it's so hard when there's a Volibear ulting you and running at you that fast to think about holding your ult for another second or two.
That is true. Played as well as he could, and I think it was very commendable, like you said. And then, you know, Kale's happy to go ahead and pick up that first tower of the game for themselves, put some more gold in their pocket, get that closer to scaling, see if they can't beat the clock to 16 before the game ends, as you said before. So,
I mean, it feels rough to be calling a game, but I mean, we're looking at a 7k gold lead before 15 minutes. It's just brutal. The CS lead, the kill lead, everything is going OVS's way so far.
yeah, and Elfrith really just seems to, you know, if he hits the first Q, seems to at least hit the second, and it seems to be 2/3 of the Veigar health, so seems really, really uncomfortable in the mid lane. Don't envy that position. A lot of poke coming through in the bot lane. As long as OVS can kind of calm down and not get too overhyped from the poke that they get, I think they can go ahead and continue that lead. As we said, huge damage coming through here. Ultimate is going to pop from Elfrith, but the Veigar ult stops it. Gonna go ahead and find the root coming through from Maokai here on the side. The ultimate already is forced away from Free Potatoes as he finds his way between three members. Bombs coming through, is gonna do as much as he can. The root comes through, and the Skarloui is gonna go ahead and be sent back to base in their own gray screen as well. As the three members are gonna go ahead and continue to push this lane as Free Potatoes is awkwardly stuck here.
Yep, great pick from PTP. It's the kind of thing you gotta look for. Unfortunate the support gets the kill, but I don't think you can afford to hold damage there. You don't know who's coming. You're this far behind. You can't afford to not get that kill. So unlucky that it goes there, but I don't think it's a misplay by anyone on that front. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. They're gonna go ahead and have a little bit of free time, put some gold in their pocket from their base, try and get some vision established here on the river as they move towards the second dragon, which should be spawning here in just about 35 seconds. As members are gonna go ahead and rotate to that. If PTP want to try and secure their way for this dragon, well, I guess firstly, do you think they should? And secondly, what should they be doing to try and make that happen?
No, when you're 7k down this early, your team gets out skilled. Seraphine scales really well. Kale is, possibly the best scaling champion in the game. Zillion scales really well, and your team doesn't scale particularly well. Kennen, I mean, yes, you have Veigar infinite scaling, but Caitlyn is okay. Ashe support, you'd rather have other things. Kennen damage falls off a little bit late game. But when you're this far down, it doesn't matter what the theoretical, full build versus full build is. It's always going to be better and closer than fighting 7k down, because once everyone's full build in level 18, the effective gold gap is almost never that big. So I think you just have to...
Oh. Just coming through as Vanal is hit with the encore and stunned
just
up.
Just can't farm. I mean, that's... Yeah, I guess you can't be there, but like, that's under your own tier 1 tower with the wave coming in trying to farm. That's just really brutal that Vanal can't walk up and farm that. Well punished by OVS, you got to keep your opponents out of the game. Now you get Dragon, but yeah, I think if you're PTP, you take the latest fight you possibly can. If you could somehow give up every objective, every tower except for your Nexus, and guarantee the game goes to 50 minutes, you would take that.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from the Illmisters. Actually going to find a kill on the Shenpai. Going to try and reposition as Gandorf tries to do some removal for him, but they will fight to finish the gank off. I don't think anything's going to come from this mid fight here, but yeah, pretty well played from the Limster for the situation they had. So.
Yep, Wits End Rush really paying dividends with double AP threat killing him, and another kill for the Zillion. Does not look like a support Zillion with the damage coming out.
When you do the swap from mid to support, you're just so used to getting the kills, so he's a little bloodthirsty. Gnarly's just happy to be playing, so he's having a great time, I think.
Everyone reports Seraphine after the game for 100% of the team's deaths. Kind of trolling there.
True. Well, I'm sure there'll be something about that in the Friend or Pro Connect, which you can always find on our website. Over on the Discord, there's links to that in the FFS Press channel. A lot of good stuff on there. Charging forward on to Gandorf for Swifty. Damage is going to come through slowly, but I don't think you're going to be able to follow it up quite enough. Just kidding. Ultimate Force is the flash out of Gandorf as he goes to go ahead and stunned up by the Threshlight, who's going to go ahead and find himself low. I think Veigar used the ultimate on Swifty, but it was so irrelevant to damage, you can't really tell.
Yeah, and Swifty, I mean, it looks very brazen walking in like that, but A, you're just as far ahead that you can, and B, you still have a Zillion ult. Like, on top of all of that, you have to kill the Volibear twice, and they couldn't even kill him once. So just a rough spot for PTP. I don't know what you can do. I think you're just kind of crawling up and hoping that your opponent Nexus dives you 3 times and gives you 15k gold.
That would be nice if they could, you know, I don't know, maybe auto attack only Baron, and they could in about 3 minutes when that finally decides to come up, and then
Yeah, I mean that's the thing slowing down OVS the most is that Baron hasn't spawned yet. You're right.
it would feel pretty bad, but they're gonna go ahead and settle for their second Rift Herald here. That'll be pretty good. The outer shell of PTP's base is cracked as they try to put some pressure to go ahead and crack the inner shell next. Just really kind of methodically getting ready to, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's, and find themselves one more point in the left category of their win score. So.
I do think most people enjoy having wins. I personally am ambivalent. I think winning is only okay, but some people, I'm told, some people think winning is really cool.
I've heard it's pretty cool. I'm not sure myself.
Hey, you won a game.
That's true. But I could definitely tell you that the heart of the cards is in the other 15 losses, I think.
I think it was only 13 losses, because there was only an 18 league at the time.
Yes, but there's a second season, that was it.
Oh, you were in 2 seasons. I don't remember the second one.
Yeah, it's in season 2. I won the first 3 games, and then lost the rest of the season. Pretty sick.
Ooh. Was it because you played Nautilus mid into Morgana?
No. I played 80 carry when I first started this league.
Oh. Were you good?
No. Well, I got 1 pentakill. That felt good.
Got a pentakill?
I did.
I got 1 pentakill too. I denied all my teammates from ever getting one, so I'm the only UB person who's ever gotten a penta.
Oh, you're better. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. They're gonna go at 2v1 here. Swifty, as he trades in the bush, Alpha is gonna come through. Fresh Light is taken down for his troubles. Bottom side, they're also gonna go ahead and be picking up Elfrith for his trouble. Swifty decides to, you know, he doesn't need the ult. He's gonna like just, you know, assert his dominance on the tower. Not able to break it, but it's about sending a message. So.
Yeah. Nice CC chain there from PTP to be able to lock out the Aatrox from healing and killing them both. And then unfortunate the Volibear is so strong he can just ult onto people and kill one. And this is a full tank Volibear. I mean, this is just pure stats from levels at this point. It's just, you can't kill him, and he is high enough level that his base stats will kill you.
True. Yep. And the extra utility from his, you know, his bottom lane must feel pretty good. Just kind of running around, taking what he wants. A lot of siege potential from them as well, as Embers are just kind of forced to really find some engages, but I'm not sure what they have to trade to find those engages, you know?
Yeah. It is funny to me how well Zillion and Volibear synergize when the whole lore of the rioter Zillion who designed Zillion is he hates bears. But Volibear really likes to run in the ult to be able to do it twice, and the 1v3 here. This might work.
Yeah, he got himself confident in the 1v2. Trades some damage here, takes the double stun just for his troubles. Gonna go ahead and keep running at them. All members of PTP here, flashed over the wall by the Veigar. Elfrith is gonna be putting in the middle lots of damage, huge damage on the Gandor as he finds himself back to base. And Enpai also is gonna go ahead and
2v5. That's a 2v5.
Ultimate comes through, turns off the tower. The third member of PTP goes down, blocked away from the Caitlyn ultimate, not able to secure a kill on the backside. They continue to push down this bottom side tower. All members are up, and I think Swifty's going to go ahead and pick up the dragon while they continue the siege on the bottom side.
Yeah, that's just a gold gap, level dip. You know, nothing you can do about that one really. That's the moment when people FF in solo queue. That's the moment when I say no in solo queue to hold everyone on my team hostage.
There's always, you know, 2 guys. I was going to say 1, but you need a second. The accomplice that just is over optimistic, but it's okay.
I am very optimistic.
It's true. If there's one thing about working with you on this project on a team basis, optimism is what I would say. Okay, damage coming through slowly on the Baron. Maybe exceptionally takes it super fast. ASK is pretty good at it now I think about it. Yeah, and I think
it's like the Baron was never there.
Melted away pretty quickly. We're going to go ahead and be probably marching down to see the end result of this game shortly. We'll see what exactly PTP have in their back pockets.
Baron kind of looked like my pepperoni pizza that I eat on Fridays from Domino's. You know, just instantly gone. Just ate that thing so fast.
I
There's
got
a Dom-
nothing.
There's a Domino's actually right across from my work, so it's a Friday tradition for me that every Friday I just walk across the street, leave an hour early or so, walk over to Domino's, pick up usually a pepperoni, sometimes pepperoni sausage, pepperoni salami. They have a $7.99 carry-out large for one topping. So then if you get additional toppings, just pay for the topping. It's pretty cheap. It's like $10 for a large pizza. Great Friday tradition. I recommend it to anyone who is within walking distance of a Domino's.
$7.99 for one topping. It used to be 3 toppings.
It used to be 3 toppings, but I guess I think it varies by location. But I think that since I'm in Seattle, just the rent here is so high that they can't afford to give out 3 topping pizzas. But yeah, it definitely did used to be a lot more. You would know though. You're a Domino's pizza expert.
I used to be. Yeah, I hung up the pizza apron game. It's a different time.
Yeah, now you wear dark sunglasses and suits and stand broodingly in clubs and knock people out.
Looking at my Instagram.
Another kill.
Hostage, Flashlight finds himself back on the gray screen. So 4 members left.
He's in his own base. It's not like he's getting dumped. He's just getting like randomly chucked abilities above his. This Oliver is going in 1v4. Okay, 2v4. But like, why?
Well, tower is turned off. Huge damage coming through. Elfrith actually stunned up very much.
Okay, he's baiting Elfrith to his death. Just gonna kill as many teammates as possible for ending the game.
That's right. You know how you were talking about reporting Scarlet for all the deaths? They decided to make it not so targeted at one player. So someone's got to have some more deaths. And we decided to pick Elfrith. So
Ryan Sang, XFO favorite, loves killing his teammates, especially in bot games. He'll go to bot games. He'll play Rise. And they'll try and ult them into the enemy fountain.
Alright, they chased him down, but Swifty's gonna go and turn around, kill the first member, Shenpai running, pick up his own. That leaves only 3 members of PTP to defend the base. All out of the inner turrets are destroyed. Base kind of left in shambles here as only the Nexus turrets remain. Swifty just running around, healing, doing damage when he should be dead in some people's opinion. With that, I think OVS is going to take it there back. And, I don't know. I
think they maybe could have ended, but death timers at this point, and it's only 24 minutes, they're still relatively short. So it's a technically higher percentage play to reset, spend all the money you've just earned, do dragon, get soul, and then end from there. A lot less exciting to watch. It draws it out a little bit, but there's no way you can screw this one up. So makes sense from them. So, very not so, even though they're very far ahead, taking it seriously. But yeah, there's no way that you can lose from this position. What is the gold lead? Is that 18,000? That's crazy.
That is pretty wild. Limps are gonna auto bully him a bit. I think, like you said, the big thing they could have won there. Actually, all arrows gonna go ahead and stop. Elfrid's gonna go and pop the ultimate, try and force Ganondorf back in. It's gonna be the first kill found as they move into the base. The damage coming through. Shenpai finds himself very low. Buying time with Zoe's hourglass, but it won't be enough. 3 members down, 2 members remaining as Flashlight and Vagar find themselves as the base is just destroyed before their very eyes. Damage traded back and forth. 1 more kill found out. Flashlight, the only member remaining, as he hides back in the corner. And that'll be the game as OVS take their 11th victory, 13th, whatever are we on.
I think it's 13th. I have a lot of wins.
True.
Yeah, great game from OVS. Unfortunate from PTP. They just got off to a rough start, and it's hard to recover if your opponents don't mess up. And OVS didn't mess up, so well played all around. And yeah, OVS looks like a contender, and that's why they're currently in first place in the league.
That's true. OVS done for this week. We got 1 more game coming up soon, and then we're going to be seeing, which members are going to be making it into playoffs as we get to the conclusion of this season 7 here in the Heroic League. It's real exciting. Other than that, we're going to go and take a short break, and then we'll be back with the final game of the night with Yubi versus Fat Pikachu, casted by one of the members as we bust out our fancy time machine. Don't go away. We'll be right back.